Welcome back on this Tech Tuesday. So technology has played a very important role in our lives, especially during the coronavirus pandemic. And Digital Trends is back with this week's top tech headlines.
Yeah, welcome our friend Greg Nibbler, who joins us live. And Greg, we heard the Starlink satellite launch has been delayed due to a storm. What is that all about?
Yeah, so they were actually going to be launching today. These things do tend to happen when there are things like this, but Tropical Storm Arthur actually pushed the launch back probably a couple of weeks. But I still think it's worth talking about Starlink in general because I feel like a lot of people don't know exactly what it is. So it's part of an initiative from SpaceX to essentially bring global satellite internet and make it a reality to where you could get broadband access anywhere on the planet, which is a really important thing. We're all used to, at least if you're in the city, you're used to being able to access, for the most part, broadband internet, but a lot of places still don't have it. And this is a way that we could mitigate those issues and actually get satellite internet to them. So the way it works is each launch, they're setting up 60 satellites, which you've probably seen some news stories about that, but each time they send those up, that encompasses a little bit more of the globe. And right now they've got 422 up. The goal is maybe even up to 30,000 satellites that could be encircling the globe. But once they get to 720, which is a number that they think they might be able to get later this year, that's when we actually could see this launch. So they're talking about the US, Canada, maybe Germany getting the first access to this. And if that does happen later this year, again, times could change on that. That could mean that you could subscribe to the internet through somebody else other than what you're normally going through right now and have global access wherever you are to broadband internet. It would be pretty cool when this does actually happen.
It's kind of hard to fathom, honestly, when I start thinking about that. I'm like, what does that even look like? And so, I mean, as another thing, would it just be faster too? Is that another game changer that this could bring?
The idea is that it would be, and again, until it's actually to fruition, we don't know for sure, but the idea is it would be just as fast as the fastest internet that you get right now on the ground. So you could be up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, but because it's satellite, you would instantly have access to that high-speed internet no matter where you are. So it would be kind of weird, a weird feeling to have that. Maybe some people would want to shut it off so you don't have access to it there, but in theory, you'd be able to get it wherever you are. And when you think about rural communities, especially where they don't have access to those lines, this could be a real game changer for them, just getting access to the internet in general.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool. Okay, the game Minecraft is being used amid the pandemic as a way to celebrate proms and graduations. So how is this working? Because I know this game's been around for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been around about 11 years, and actually the anniversary is this month for the game itself, but it's definitely one of the most popular ones out there. It was the most viewed game on YouTube in 2019, and kind of like another game, Animal Crossings, that's one where a lot of people are having their graduation ceremonies on there remotely. Minecraft is doing the same thing. We've had some birthday parties that have happened on it. You've had graduation ceremonies, all kinds of different things because of the fact that people can't get together. They're doing it within the game confines, but there's a lot of people playing it. And since the pandemic has happened, certainly their numbers have gone up. They've sold 200 million copies. They have 126 million people using it on a monthly basis. So a lot of people out there, probably especially people if they have kids, I'm sure they're very familiar with Minecraft because it's really popular in that aspect, but it just seems to keep on growing. It's one of those games that despite 11 years later, usually that kind of fades out after a while. This one is still gaining steam, so people still love it.
My younger brother-in-laws are the Minecraft type, so I want to check in with them to see if they're doing these sorts of, graduation type things. But lastly, let's talk a little bit about something else, because I know that a lot of us are in need of tech or maybe just help from the Genius Bar if things are going wrong. So what's the latest on Apple stores reopening in the U.S.?
Yeah, that's what Apple made an announcement yesterday saying they're going to open 25 stores back up. They had closed them all in a lot of places, but definitely in North America. So 25 stores in North America they're going to open back up. They're going to have new regulations as far as going in there, though. The experience is going to be a little bit different. You're going to be required to wear a mask. Their employees are required to wear a mask as well. If you don't have one, allegedly what they're going to do is provide you one at the door, so they'll have masks available. You'll also be getting your temperature taken as well when you come in. So they'll monitor that, and they'll maintain social distancing throughout the store. So definitely a different experience, but it could be kind of a template for how some of these stores could open back up. And everybody's trying to figure it out as they go. But certainly Apple being a very big store, and like you said, people need help at the Genius Bar. They want to buy a new phone or computer or laptop or anything. They kind of want to get in there. So this will be interesting to see how it works out. There's a few states that are open right now, and I would imagine as guidelines change, we'll see more states open up. But definitely these could be the template for what we're getting used to here going forward.
Yeah, they're usually so packed in there too. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. All
But
right.
welcome
Thanks,
news.
Greg. Yeah.